Hi everyone! If you're new to crochet or just looking to learn some basic techniques, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll walk you through the essential hand gestures for crocheting, some basic stitches, and a few helpful tips. I hope this video will help you learn how to crochet. You will see the video's table of contents. You can move the progress bar to skip to the section you need while watching, or feel free to replay sections to reinforce your learning. Small tip: you can adjust the playback speed by selecting the settings in the bottom right corner of the video. If you feel the video is too fast or too slow, you can set the speed to what works best for you. Now let's get started. First of all, we will learn how to hold the hook. The tip of my hook facing me. There's two ways to hold a hook. The first way to hold a hook is with a pencil grip, just like how you would hold a pencil. The other way is called an overhand grip or a knife grip. It is as you would imagine how you would hold a knife. You just need to do whatever feels most comfortable for you. And how to hold yarn. At first, left palm facing you. Drape your yarn in front of your palm. And loop it once around your pinky, so that the yarn is now in your palm. Bring it up above your second finger. You're gonna always hold on to the yarn with your thumb and your middle finger. You're gonna use your second finger to control. What we say is the tension of the yarn. So how taut this piece of yarn is. This is gonna be really key to making really even crochet stitches, and also help you control the yarns, that you can more easily pull it through the loops. Magic ring is a common way to start crocheting things in the round. Now let's learn how to make magic ring. First, so take your yarn and pick up your yarn tail with your right hand. Then face your left palm to you. You're going to hold the yarn in front of your palm, and then wrap the yarn once around your pinky. Now drape that yarn over your index finger and loop it once around your index finger as well, so that it makes an X in front of your index finger. Now grab your hook and stick it into this loop from the right to the left. Stick it through that loop. We are going to bring that yarn through the loop that we just put the hook into. I also rotate my hook, so now I have a loop on my hook, and it looks a little bit twisted. So I'm gonna bring the hook down below and behind this yarn. The tip of my hook's facing me, so that I can pull it through the loop. Slip this loop off of your index finger. Drape that yarn over your index finger. Hold the loop with your thumb and middle finger, and pull the yarn with your index finger to make it a little tight. Okay, this is the magic ring. To do a single crochet stitch, put your hook into the next hole. We repeat it again and make it slower. Insert your hook into the next stitch. So it should look like you have 3 strands of yarn on your hook. Your hook should be in front of the working yarn, and the tip of the hook facing you. Next, do a yarn over, bring the hook down below and behind the working yarn. Then pull that yarn through just the first 2 loops on your hook. So you should have 2 loops on your hook right now. Now the hook should still be in front of the working yarn. Tip of the hook facing you. We're going to yarn over again. And now pull that yarn through both loops on the hook this time. So you're left with only 1 loop on the hook. And that is a single crochet stitch. Let's do a chain stitch. Hold your hook so that it's in front of the working yarn, and the tip of hook is facing you. Do a yarn over, which means bringing your hook below and behind the working yarn. Now pull that yarn through the 1 loop that's on your hook. So you should have 1 loop left on your hook. That is a chain stitch. To do a slip stitch, put your hook into the next hole. It should look like you have 3 strands of yarn on your hook. Now you're gonna yarn over by bringing your hook down below and behind the working yarn. Then pull it through the fist loop. The previous steps are exactly the same as for the single crochet stitch. The difference comes next. Pull the yarn through, as well as the second loop that's on your hook. So you should have 1 loop left on the hook. That is a slip stitch. An increased stitch is shorthand for putting 2 single crochet stitches in the same hole, just like when you crochet a single crochet stitch. So put your hook in the next hole to start an increased stitch. And it should look like you have 3 strands of yarn on the hook. The hook is in front of the working yarn, the tip of the hook facing you. Now yarn over, bring the hook down below and behind the working yarn. Pull that yarn through just the first 2 loops on the hook to draw up a loop. And now you have 2 loops on your hook. Then yarn over again, and pull that yarn through both loops on the hook. So you're left with 1 loop on the hook. So you finish 1 single crochet stitch. To turn this into an increased stitch, we need to do 1 more single crochet in the exact same hole. Find the hole just now. Crochet a single crochet stitch just said. Finally, you should have only 1 loop left on the hook. And you've successfully made an increased stitch. Let's look at the seam on the side. It's V-shaped. Here's how to crochet a decrease stitch. Your hook should be facing you. And put your hook in the half of next V. The half which is closer to you, without completing the first stitch. and put into the next V again. So there are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Now yarn over. Bring the hook down below and behind the working yarn. Pull that yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. And now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over. And then pull that yarn through both loops on the hook. So you're left with 1 loop on the hook. And that is decrease crochet stitch. How to do a double crochet stitch. At first, do a yarn over. So hold your hook in front of the working yarn with the tip of your hook facing you. Now you've got 2 strands of yarn on the hook. Then put the hook into the next hole. Do another yarn over by bringing the yarn below and behind the working yarn. Pull that yarn through just the hole. So now it should have 3 loops on your hook. Now do a yarn over again. And then pull that yarn through the first 2 loops on the hook. So you are left with 2 loops on the hook. Then yarn over again. And pull that yarn through all 2 loops on the hook. So you are left with 1 loop on the hook. That is a double crochet stitch. Let's do it again. Yarn over at first. Insert your hook into the next stitch. Wrap the yarn around the hook once more and pull through the stitch. Now you will have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. You will now have 2 loops remaining on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops on your hook. This completes the double crochet stitch. How to do a half double crochet. At first, do a yarn over. So hold your hook in front of the working yarn with the tip of your hook facing you. Now you've got 2 strands of yarn on the hook. Then put the hook into the next hole. Do another yarn over by bringing the yarn below and behind the working yarn. Pull that yarn through just the hole. So now it should have 3 loops on your hook. Now do a yarn over again. And then pull that yarn through all 3 loops on the hook. That is a half double crochet stitch. Let's do it again. Yarn over at first. Insert the hook into the next stitch. Wrap the yarn around your hook once more and pull through the stitch. Yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to change colors in crochet. Now there is 1 stitch left in this round, and the pattern says that next round needs to use new color yarn. So we change color start from this last stitch. Now we will show you how to change color with single crochet. Put the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over and pull the yarn through the hole. So there are 2 loops on the hook. At this time, take the new color yarn and hold it in your left hand. Place the new color yarn under the crochet pieces. Then yarn over with new color yarn and pull it through the loops on crochet hook. Next, put the hook into the first stitch. Yarn over with new color yarn and pull it through the hole. And pull it through the loop on your hook. So we have finished this round. Then in the next round, we will make a chain stitch with the new color. Put the hook into the first stitch. Place the yarn tails of both new color and old color yarn above your hook. Press them with your middle finger. Then yarn over with new color yarn and pull it through the hole. Now there are 2 loops of new color yarn on the hook. Then do a yarn over again and pull that yarn through 2 loops on the hook, so you're left with only 1 loop on the hook. So the color change is complete and the yarn tails are well hidden, and you can continue crocheting with the new color yarn. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to tie a slip knot. First, take the yarn and hold it in your left hand. Hold the yarn tail with your thumb and your middle finger. Then hold your hook that it's behind the working yarn, and the tip of hook is facing you. Do a yarn over. Finally, the hook is in front of the working yarn. Then hold the yarn loop with your thumb and your middle finger. Do a yarn over. Pull that yarn through the loop that's on your hook. So you should have 1 loop left on your hook. Then pull tight the yarn tail. That is a slip knot.